Yo, what's poppin'? It's your boy Draco. Feel me? This is my first time recording and doing a video. I decided to do it mainly because my friends told me I should try doing it. I'll put the descriptions down below, or the links in the description down below. But yeah, I decided I wanted to try a video, so I decided to basically talk about the Seven Deadly Sins latest chapter and the sequel for Seven Deadly Sins. In the series for Seven Deadly Sins, in the latest chapter, they talked about how they had a time skip 18 months after the Demon War. So far, when we looked at the 18 months, we see first Simon and Slater as they're still doing their usual hunts as they were before the time skip. And they don't appear too different, but you can see from Simon that he can show, like, his hair has shown growth and like a style change. And you can see how while Slater still stays indifferent, he still seems basically the same as before. Another huge change is basically how Hauser has become the chief holy knight, and he kind of like was teaching Gila and Jericho around and teaching them a few pointers. Compared to how Hauser was before, this is like a massive leap. As we've seen, he has grown to like a full adult now, and how he looks actually like kind of professional. Compared to usual stuff where he's basically like a fool sometimes. One thing I liked about the chapter was kind of showing when we saw Death Pierce. He decided because he wanted to quit the position as a holy knight and leave Lioness. And the reason why he did that was mainly because he believes that the demons and the archangels have like manipulated and killed his people, and he doesn't really like the fact that he has to be under the rule of a demon and a goddess. So he decided to build a world or a kingdom for humans and only humans. And personally, I think that's a great idea because I kind of want to see more conflict between humans instead of just seeing only like demons, gods, and like what other mythical being they could bring out to become even stronger than them. In my personal opinion, at least. And thanks to this, it basically set up for Edinburgh to be antagonistic kingdom towards Lioness and probably Camelot in the near future. As for the next thing that happened in the chapter, it kind of just showed how Bond and Meliodas has like both had their kids, or I should say they're both had their wives be pregnant right now. And then Bond and Elaine, they decided to name their son Lancelot, and this kind of symbolizes Lancelot from the 13 Knights of the Round Table. And then Meliodas decided to name his son Tristan, which is also another Knight of the Round Table that followed under King Arthur. And how this ties into the sequel is mainly because the sequel name is the Four Knights of the Apocalypse. And from what I know, the Four Knights of the Apocalypse is based off of Christianity. But at the same time, this is a chance for them to explore Arthur's role in the society and role in the anime more. Because at the end of Seven Deadly, he's more of just like a bud. He's about to go and revive his kingdom and help it grow and become as strong as ever, right? So this would be a perfect chance for them to focus more on Arthur and focus more on his kingdom by using knights, or by using the Sins kids and using other people for the Knights of the Round Table to explore the world for the Seven Deadly world instead of focusing on the Sins so much. Another thing is, according to the legends of King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table, it showed that Lancelot committed treason by having an affair with Arthur's wife, Guinevere. However, I don't know, personally, I don't think that's going to happen. I don't see Lancelot being Vaughn's son in the series betraying Arthur by having an affair with his wife. But I guess there's a possibility that the author could make some way that Lancelot committed treason against the Knights of the Round Table and Arthur. The next topic is the 13 Knights of the Round Table in general. So I'll be showing lists like the names of the 13 Knights of the Round Table who are like the most important in the series. And you can basically like guess out of these people who's gonna be in like the Knights of the Round Table for when Arthur has made his choice. Another thing is you'll be able to see probably what King and Diane's kid's name will probably be. I'm guessing it'll be from one of these names in the screen right now. Personally, because I think it'll make the most sense if they are one of these names on the screen right now, instead of just having a random name, because they'll still be following the Knights of the Round Table. And lastly, but not shortly, I wanted to talk about the four Knights of the Apocalypse, the four Horsemen of the Apocalypse, I guess I should say. Basically, in Christianity, they're called like the punishments of the god, and they have like certain names like war, death, conquest, and famine, and those are the special names that are brought to all of them, and they signal, obviously, the names signal what they are, and they're also called the harbingers of the Last Judgment. So I guess you could call them basically the main antagonistic force of the four Knights of the Apocalypse, similar to how like the demons and the angels are basically like the last force that Meliodas and Elizabeth fought against, in a way you could say. So overall, I think it was a good chapter, and I have like high hopes for the next season because I think it's gonna be. I think it could have better writing than Seven Deadly Sins, the first season, the first sequel, or the first series, I should say. I actually, Seven Deadly Sins was an enjoyable series, but it did have their bad writing from here and there in the manga. So I hope the author can use this chance to reflect on how he did on his first series and use the second series to perfect it and have an even better series than the first one. And also, since there's 13 nights instead of just having the Seven Deadly Sins, I feel like there's more of a chance to have him flesh out more things, and it could be even cooler. So hopefully the manga and hopefully the series is a success and it's an amazing season. And that's all I had to say. So this is Draco signing out.